What are 3 things to look for when buying your new home to help you avoid the biggest mistake that you can make, which could end up costing you thousands of dollars in the long run? Let's get into it. Alright guys, so what's the biggest mistake that I see homeowners making when buying their new home? Not thinking about resale. But do you know how many hours I spent on Zillow looking for this place? Yeah, I know. I've been saving up for my middle school graduation to put money down on this home. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I haven't gone on a vacation in 15 years. I know. It's crazy. Yes, I know, it seems counterintuitive, right? You're going off buying your new home and you're expected to think, well, Steve, why am I thinking about resale? But especially with first-time home buyers, there are things that come up in our life, whether it's, a job, relocation, or a family situation, which may cause us to have to move suddenly. And in those cases, you want to be sure that you are investing in a property where you know that you'll not only be able to sell it quickly, but then too, you'll be able to recoup more money than what you paid for, because your home is an investment as well, right? It needs to be treated like that. So we want to be sure that when it does come time to sell your home, that you're reaping the benefits of that investment and coming out with more money than what you had put into it. Okay, so what are the 3 things that you need to look for when buying your new home? Well, the first 2 are definitely things that you need to look at the most, because there are things that you're not going to necessarily change or be able to change about your property, and that's location, lot. Third thing to look for when buying your home is layout. So let's talk about the first one, location. So there's a reason why it's the oldest adage in the book. You hear everyone say, location, location, location. And I mean, it's true. So whether your property that you're looking at is located near amenities like schools or parks or near the waterfront, those types of amenities are going to be wanted by buyers in the future. Now, you can't necessarily predict what buyers are going to be thinking in the future, but the closer you are to a lot of different amenities, generally speaking, that's going to be appealing to the market when it comes time to sell your home. Okay, number 2, lot. Now, lot, like location, you're not going to be able to change. So it's definitely important that you look at your lot in terms of not only the acreage or the size of your lot, but the things that your lot offer, which differentiates it from your neighbor's lots. One thing I always do, and I recommend my buyers do when they're interested in a property, is to go on their local county appraisers or property website. This is something that you don't need special access for. You don't need to be a real estate agent to do this. You just Google search the county that you live in, property appraiser website, or something to that effect. You'll be able to pull up all the information which pertains to that property. Now, what you want to look for is something called a plat map. And what a plat map is, it's a map of all of these surrounding properties in that neighborhood, which gives the dimensions of those properties. When you're looking at the plat map, you want to see how the acreage or size of that lot compares to your neighbors. And if it's around the average size or bigger, then you're in a great position. But if your lot size is significantly smaller than the other lots in that neighborhood, it's going to be harder for you to sell your property quicker, because you're competing with homes that in that same neighborhood that buyers are looking for, but yet have larger acreage or square footage in terms of the lot size. The second thing you want to look for in your lot is if it offers any additional or beneficial views. For example, if the back of your home faces a conservation area, or if there's a lake or a park behind it that you know isn't going to change and homes aren't going to be built on it, well, then that's something that's going to set your property apart from other properties in that neighborhood and will help you sell your home quicker and for more money. So for example, your neighbor across the street may have a commercial or industrial building behind their property, but again, you have the view of that conservation area, which you know isn't going to change. And that's something to look for when you're looking at that plat map. Okay, and the third thing to look for when buying your home is layout. Unlike location and lot, layout is something that you definitely have some wiggle room over in terms of changing. But if you're a first-time home buyer and you're putting a lot of money into this property, you may not have that extra cash to be able to invest in those construction projects to knock down walls or remodel or etc. When you're looking at properties, you want to look at properties that have a layout that are going to be appealing to the majority of home buyers in that market. If you're looking at homes where all the rooms are squared off and sectioned off and closed off from one another, then you're definitely going to be at a disadvantage with competing homes in that same neighborhood that have those open flowing floor plans. Alright guys, that's it. So those are the 3 things to look for when buying your new home. And just to recap, it's location, lot, and layout.